Well, hello everyone, I'm Dr. Glenn Harrison and welcome to this week's segment of Why. Now, this is where we take just a few minutes to answer some of the most common health-related questions and concerns that I see in my office every day. So the question today is, Dr. Harrison, I fell out of my rhythm, I fell off track of my health regimen, my health strategies. How do I get back on? How do I become motivated? So this is a pretty big question, but I have some amazing strategies. I'm going to show you how you can get back on track with your health and strategies that I use every day and I recommend in my clinic. And we're going to start right now. So how do we get back on track? Well, with our health, there's so many different ways, but there's some ways that are actually extremely effective. There's a few things that I do in my office every day, and I recommend others to do. So maybe one of the first things with regards to getting back on track is we have to identify where we are. Are we winning or are we losing? So for example, if we're trying to take on a dietary regimen or a physical activity regimen and we're starting to slip, what's going on in the world right now, everybody is slipping out of their habits, their healthy habits, and they start developing symptoms and disorders start coming. Their bodies change unfavorably. They start putting on weight and depression and all of these bad things. So getting back on track is the solution, is the goal. So the biggest thing to know to get back on track, the first thing you have to do is you have to identify your status. Are you winning or are you losing? Track your progress. If you're slipping out of your workouts, and I've done this, I forget how many times I've been slipping out of them. We forget how many times we ate maybe, extra desserts or had bad dietary changes over the course of a week. So record it. This is the first rule. Record what you want to achieve. Are you winning? And you'll know over the course of a week, are you winning or are you losing? 2 strategies of recording your status of your activities, so you can reflect on them. One is having a book, having a little book, just a journal, a diary. You can put your workouts in there. Did I work out? Did I avoid certain foods? Did I go to sleep on time? Whatever it is. And do it every day. Do it at the end of the day and reflect on that day. It's going to keep you on track. A book is pretty good, but what I find is even better is having something in your face all the time. So I don't recommend using apps or things on your phone or documents on your phone you have to open up because you don't see them. Something tangible like a book can be helpful, like a paper journal of these activities. Or what I find the best is a calendar, an old-fashioned calendar that might be on your fridge or somewhere that you walk by frequently. This calendar, I highly recommend divide the days on the calendar. So if you want to make if you're trying to track 2 things, take every square on your calendar and put a line through it. And maybe one is exercise. One side of that is exercise and the other side of it is, I don't know, watching my diet or my sleep time. And then if you divide those, you'll see in real time when you look at your calendar how many days out of the week you've been following, you've been doing a good job, and how many of the days of the week you haven't been following. It's very simple, it's very easy, and it's in your face. I've made mistakes in the past where I put things into a book and I don't open them and I'm not aware. So that's a way of tracking it. Try using the calendar. It's a great thing. You can just put one word on there. You'll know what that word means and you'll be able to see in real time how long over the week I've been following it or not following it. So awareness. That's a way to track awareness and to help you get back on track. These documents and strategies of tracking also act as accountability documents. Hold you accountable for what you want to do for yourself, being honest with yourself. So that's one thing. Another thing is, if you want to track them, that's what you want to do. Another thing is to be able to get back on the rhythm is, what are you trying to achieve? You got to really know that. Are you trying to achieve a dietary change? If you're trying to achieve a dietary change, tracking the foods you're consuming is very powerful. You'll know, are you doing better or worse? Are you slipping more or less? And workouts, well, tracking, are you doing them or are you not doing them? Now, to be successful with any of these changes, if we're trying to get back into what we were doing, back into our habits, back into our routine, we must have been there once already. So we already have some insight of the patterns that work for us. So if we always work out in the morning, that's what I do. If I don't work out in the morning, it's never going to happen because my life goes on just like everybody's life gets busy. If that's the time that's worked for you in the past, get back and focus on that. Don't try to reinvent the wheel unless something has changed in your life. And if morning is your time, that is the time you're going to pick. Block it off on your calendar. This is absolutely crucial. If you put things down in I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. If you don't allocate the time that you're going to do that, those great ideas disappear. Great ideas go to die. I always say task lists are where great ideas go to die, because they really do. So with a workout, determine the day the times you're going to do it. Put it on your calendar, and that's what you're going to do. And set yourself up. Have your gym clothes ready. Have everything you need. Set yourself up for success to do your workout, because when you're trying to get back into a routine, any little thing will pull you out of your motivation to do it. And the more you do it, just like maybe you've done before, the more you do it, it's just going to come, it's going to be second nature. So that would be an example of a workout strategy, how to prepare for success. The time frame is key. The time of the day you're going to do it, you're going to allocate that time. And no one else will interrupt that time. That's sacred time. The next thing is with the diet. The journal works really, really well with that. To set yourself up for success with dietary changes, and we have to avoid fast food and all of that, and easy and convenient and prepared food, we have to prepare it ahead of time. So if you ever follow any individuals that talk about food prep is key. Preparing your food and having a plan on what you're going to eat is going to be key. Having food available in the fridge that is healthy is going to be key. So you have to think in advance. Everybody who is hungry will eat whatever's in front of them. Well, most people will. I always say we have the inner bear. We're just going to eat it if it's there. So what you want to do is don't set yourself up for that failure. Have something ready and available. Think about what you're going to eat. Once you start preparing food and being ready, you're always going to have food available. It will be. So these are some very powerful strategies that I recommend for everyone. Know that don't make too many habit changes at once. If you've fallen out of all your habits, don't think you're going to take on the world tomorrow. Very few people can introduce more than one habit at a time. So focus on one, it'll build to another one, and then another one, and another one, and you'll get back in the habit. But use the journal as an accountability document, or the calendar as an accountability document. These are very powerful, whether that's your workouts or your dietary changes or all of that. And then on a final note, there's two strategies when it comes to motivation. There's one is an avoidance strategy, meaning in health, I want to avoid a sickness, so I'm going to do X, Y, and Z that's healthy. That is very powerful, very motivating, but it doesn't maintain motivation because we're avoiding. It's not that much, that's not that great of an incentive versus I'm going to do something because I can achieve X, Y, and Z. I'm going to be able to, play with my children until I'm 120 or something like that, or climb a mountain until I'm however old I am. Think about what you can achieve and what you're going to be able, what your successes are with improving your health. I think that's a much better motivator than avoiding the avoidance strategy for the long term. And when we don't want to turn these into fads, we want to turn them into lifestyles. That's where the success comes. So hopefully that was helpful. It gave you some tools. With that being said, I'm Dr. Glenn Harrison, and I look forward to talking to you next day where we're going to answer the why to other health-related questions and give you some strategies. So have a great day.